Hey guys, so I am back with another TCG Thursday. I'm so sorry about last Thursday. I was just like absolutely crazed last week between driving up to Georgia and just seeing everything go on and trying to figure out what was going to be going on with my job, if I'm moving, applying. I should be hearing by Thursday anything, and if I have anything, I'll let you guys know. Definitely check out my Twitter. I do now have a Discord, so if I get a job offer, I may post on my Discord or on Twitter saying where I got the job offer from. So I'm opening a bunch of different random packs that I've opened recently, and it's really been an amazing week. I'm hoping I don't have another one of those weeks where I can't put out a video like this, because it's really disappointing to me when I'm trying to put out videos and just didn't put out, like I let down in that aspect, because I should have pre-recorded this, like bulk recorded this. So I did actually do that with Pokemon Insurgents. I have like 4 episodes recorded now, including with one of my friends. That one's going to be coming out sometime next week. This week is me by myself, and I have to actually record the early audio because I had it muted and I didn't realize till like 5 or 10 minutes in, and I was fighting the gym leader, so I was like, oh, that's not good. But my friend who's going to be on it with me, he is from Duncan Knee Deep's channel. His name is Kabutero, if you know who he is. I'm very excited to have that episode done with him. I was very excited to have him on. It was a lot of fun. And as you guys have seen, I've actually tried to start streaming how to take my laptop in for some maintenance, because I didn't realize that there's something wrong with my fan. He has to order the part for the fan, but I got the laptop back and it's mostly fixed. So it's okay, but at the same time not really okay, because it's working, it's faster, it's recording, I'm not having it. So I meant to hit click open another. So it's like one of those situations where it's like I can run it, I can use it, it's fine, but at the same time the fan's not in. So as soon as the fan comes in, he will call me up and he will fix the fan. So let's see, what else do I have a lot of? Let's open this one, XY base. Let's open base, and then we'll open some breakpoint and breakthrough, some evolution. Try to get through some of this stuff that I have. Hoping to get something new out of base, but nope. I got one new thing. Let's see, breakthrough. And this is the one with Axu, so this is and we got a Raichu, and we got a Holo. So we got a Holo and a break. I mean, I can't really complain there. I mean, that'd be bad to complain, because like you got enough luck to get those two. Oh, I got another break. I got a Noiform break. It is moving a lot faster, I've noticed today. So, and I mean, this laptop, it's a Dell, but the best for like video editing and stuff like that. It's built more for like PowerPoints and stuff, but it still runs it. I also use it for my gaming computer, so I play a lot of Civilization in my downtime. So I'm actually very pleased at this computer itself. It is 4 to 5 years old. I don't remember when I got it exactly. So a lot of people is like, oh, you change out computers every 4 to 5 years. I have a Dell laptop from 2007 that still works. So that thing's 10 years old, and it can run, oh look, there's an Axu. I got an Axu. It can still actually run Skyrim. So I'm very proud of that fact, because that computer runs Skyrim with mods. I have like 20 mods on that computer with Skyrim. It also runs Oblivion. What else do I have on it? I have like a bunch of different games on that computer. Crobat. I like that card. That's very, very pretty. I like how the hollow pattern is like wavy in that. Give me a second. I think I'm gonna snip this. This may end up being my thumbnail, because I do like this Crobat card. Anyways, moving on. But going back, I really do like the laptop itself. Can't see because right now I'm saving that clip. That's why I was so slow. Oh, never mind. That's not gonna be my thumbnail. This is. I'm glad I was slow. That's amazing. I mean, I love it. And I'm literally saving the file. Never mind, this is a thumbnail. It's going a lot better than the last 2 times I've had to like open, like do thumbnails. So, I mean, hey, it's whatever. That's a very nice thumbnail. I have to... Very disappointed. So I got Toxapex. I'm getting all types of psychic good. Like, I'll save breakthrough or breakpoint for the next time. Just because I don't want everything to be about opening, because I'm gonna do a battle. Maybe this time I'll win. But I do have a lot of fun doing this, guys. I actually started this, I don't know how many of you have been here since the beginning with me. I actually started doing like book reviews and stuff like that. And the reason why I started to do YouTube was to fight my own depression. I have gumshoes GX, very nice. I've been... That's the best way. Like, I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm like this ho-hum person, because I'm very happy, lucky. I just had a bunch of really bad... I learned to hate myself. It took me 2 years. I got engaged to him. In the end, I ended up saying, this is not what I want. I don't want to feel this way anymore. So I broke off the engagement and I focused on schoolwork. And then when I was 20, I was about to go overseas, do my study abroad in London, and my grandpa died. And I really didn't want to believe my grandpa was dying. I was in such denial. I kept thinking that he was going to pull through it. But the man was 86 years old. He'd had 5 heart attacks. Like, my dad, if my dad wasn't a doctor, my grandpa would have died when I was like 8. He smoked cigarettes all the time. Like, he was smoking from the age of 6. And you have to realize he was born in the 1930s or 20s. So he grew up in a totally different era. So grandpa died. I went over to London. I really wasn't over his death when I was over there. I internalized a lot of that. And then a year ago, no, 2 years ago now, my grandmother, who I was really, really close to, I was really New Jersey. So it was a really situation that me and my mom were both trying to help her out, and neither one of us really saw it coming. And ironically enough, my grandma, who never exercised a day in her life, they had her in rehab and they had her exercising, and she had a heart attack and just didn't survive. I'm gonna start crying. Sorry. I always think about like how they'd see me now, because my grandpa never saw me graduate from college. He saw me graduate from high school. Never saw me graduate from college. He didn't see my brother graduate from high school. So I'm kind of thankful that he got to see me graduate. But he never got to see me as a teacher. He never got to see me try and improve myself how I have. So I would think, like, would he no matter what. My grandmother did get to see me teach, and she really liked it. But it's just very hard, because when you have two figures in your life who were there for your whole life, and then all of a sudden, oh Lord, this card's stalking me. Every single time I have done this, I have pulled some sort of Pidgeot. And I keep joking that it's because of one of my friends, Bird Jesus, and he's cursed me with the Pidgeot. So, but going back to what I was saying before I saw this, it was just very hard for me to deal with, and I really internalized a lot of that stuff. And I graduated from college, from FSU. I graduated with my bachelor's. I actually did it in 3 years instead of 2. The reason why I did it in 3 was because I had to take a year off to do the study abroad. So I did that. I graduated. Decided to do a master's program. I started at one school. I thought I was going to get help. I really didn't get a lot of help with my learning disability. It made me feel worse. It broke me even, because like I didn't feel like I was as smart as it hurt. It really did. Because when I was going to elementary school, I had a teacher tell my mom that I wasn't worth her time to educate. So that's really stuck with me since then. And it's like a driving force for me to prove to everybody else that what you can do, I can do. I'm not afraid. I'm surprised I didn't have that card in here. No, it's not a new card. I can do exactly what everybody else can if you just give me the accommodations and the time. So, well, that's unique. Okay. I guess that's the reverse rare, but this is really unique. So I internalized a lot of that. And because I internalized it and I didn't really talk about it and I didn't really share my emotions, I ended up developing a pretty bad form of depression. Now, I did finally go out and seek help. I saw a therapist. I went with my parents. We all talked it out. And honestly, if you ever feel like you're alone in the world, you're not. There's always somebody out there who's going to be able to reach out and talk to you, whether it be your parents, a friend, a teacher, a mentor, anybody like that, because they're going to be willing to help you and guide you because they care. So I ended up going to this therapist, and I ended up fighting it, and now I'm a lot better, but I also kind of needed a creative outlet, and even she said it. So originally I just started YouTube. I was just going to do like reviews of books, like things that are historical and educational. So, okay. So, started doing YouTube, was doing reviews of books I recently read. Some of them I reviewed were like The Ku Klux Klan versus Notre Dame, Follow the House of Dixie, which is an amazing book on the Civil War, coming from the South's point of view. And it was really bad. I didn't even have a camera stand. I didn't know how to edit. And then I was watching Mystic Streams, and I started talking to Mystic, and I became friends with him, and he told me how to edit and all that stuff. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I enjoy, even though I know it's going to drive my parents nuts because they've never really been into Pokemon, and I think it's a generational thing. Like, my brother and I used to collect the cards. We were super competitive, too. Like, we had to see who got the best card, who did the best in whatever thing. So we used to get really mad at each other, and he got really mad at me once because I pulled a Charizard out of base set 2, which I still have. So, that I thought it would be fun to do, because as a teacher, you have a lot of these students who they think history is boring and there's no way to make it interesting. And I always go about proving to them you can make anything you're doing interesting as long as you have the right mindset. So for me, if I have a student who feels like they can't learn history but they can learn Pokemon stats, I like to link Pokemon to history. Like, I always joke around, give me a second. Before. By the time he becomes president, he is old Venusaur Washington. So, the kids really like that. It's a really good learning strategy for them. They really tend to understand what I am talking about. So it helps them out in so many different ways, and I'm always happy to be able to do that because that builds their confidence, and I feel like they can understand what's going on in history better because they have that grasp. And as a teacher, you always want to empower your students, not make them feel bad about themselves. I always try to do that to make sure they feel their own skin in their own way, because, well, if they don't, I'm not going to attach an energy just because it's a fairy energy unless the auto attach is done. I just want to be able to use the last attack. But you always want to empower your students, and for me, I had teachers who really did that, and I had teachers who really didn't do that, because I had teachers who were absolutely amazing, super helpful. They wanted to make me feel like I was like the other students when I really never felt that before. Oh, yay. Do you need? Okay. So that works out. Perfect. Let me get the Fomantis out. Not even sure if I'm gonna need it. But, especially if you have a student with a learning disability, I find it pretty hard sometimes for kids to understand that it's okay to learn differently. What's not okay is to try and say, oh, I can't do this because of XYZ, because that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The moment in time you say you can't do something, you really can't do it, because in your head, no matter what you do, you're going to fail. And that's not something I ever want a student to feel like. Okay. Well, we're just gonna retreat it anyways. Let's do that. Retreat. Yes, into you. Heal. And maybe I will actually win a match. It's gonna do damage back to me. Or maybe this is gonna knock it out. I don't know. But anyways. My gosh, it has a ton of energy. Let's see what it does. But I never want a student to feel like they can't do something. I will always be the teacher who's like, you can do it no matter what. So I always encourage my students to at least try. Yeah. Mantis, then hit it. Done. Yeah, I mean, whichever one I want to hit it with, I think I take it out. It's 180. do, if like there's some other method that you could do to study, feel free to message me. I'm always available to try and help in any possible way, because I know how it is. I know how it feels to have that feeling of, oh my god, I'm not like everybody else, and I'm a horrible person for that, and I'm different, so nobody's gonna like me. I don't ever want anybody else to feel that way. So maybe I'll choose you and send you a message. Bye guys.